Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Welcome each one of you for today's Pritivardanam class. With our immense good fortune, today among all of us, we have one of the wonderful Vaishnava of the whole community of Iskcon present among all of us. He is Hare Krishna Kishore Prabhu. Actually, what I heard about Prabhuji, there is very big, but I would like to give a small, brief introduction about Prabhuji so that we can hear more from Prabhuji. Prabhuji joined in Iskcon year 2007, and as many of our devotees join Iskcon by reading Srila Prabhupada's book, so that we can connect more with Prabhuji. How Prabhuji joined by reading Srila Prabhupada's book. And then subsequently received Harinam initiation and Brahman initiation from His Holiness Bhakti Charusway Maharaj. And he completed his B.Tech Computer Science from VIT Pune. He served as a wonderful service as a traveling secretary of His Holiness Bhakti Charusway Maharaj for 4 complete years. Who else can speak more about Maharaj? He authored a series of books, especially the famous book called Charu Vilas, and he spent 2 special years in a very special place of US called Florida. The special because that place is envisioned by His Holiness Bhakti Charusway Maharaj for very special Vedic retreat center. And then Prabhuji is now based in Ujjain and serving in many different areas: publication, fundraising, Govinda's restaurant, festival coordination, and very special service he is rendering, arranging, organizing Srila Prabhupada Memorial Special Festival, where not less than 3,000 devotees, among them so many Srila Prabhupada disciples are coming and happily joining the program. Prabhuji specially organized that program. And Prabhuji has very important role in our society. Global and institutional services he is rendering, like Secretary for GBC Ministry of Sannyas, and he appointed as Director of Ministry of Cow Production and Agriculture in North America way back in 2019. And most importantly, he is very special in his preaching, especially the classes like IDC, Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, and so many other courses in very special places like Mayapur Institute, and both online and offline. So many wonderful program Prabhuji is organizing and personally executing it. So today we have great fortune to hear from Prabhuji. Let us all welcome Prabhuji by loudly chanting Hare Krishna mantra once. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा मदन मोहन राधा मदन मोहन राधे जयो जगन्नाथ जगन्नाथ बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय पतित पावन गौरनिताय निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद जयं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्री श्रीमद् अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की समवेत भक्त वृंद की कलयुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरत्षे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च दानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। So just few minutes back, Sar Shiromani Prabhu came and he told me to speak in Hindi. So I'm not sure what I should do. How many of you don't understand Hindi? Okay. और इंग्लिश किस किस को समझने में असुविधा होती है? इंग्लिश में? Okay. So who is the in charge decision maker? Okay, let's do it again. Voting. कौन कौन को इंग्लिश समझने में असुविधा बिल्कुल नहीं आता है? इंग्लिश समझने में किस किस को असुविधा है? Okay, we have around 15, 20. And how many devotees don't understand Hindi at all? Almost equal. तेलुगु मुझे नहीं आता है, ये समस्या है। हाँ? Okay, since we are International Society for Krishna Consciousness, so I'll try to speak in English. And some devotees, maybe if somebody can translate it at back for Hindi devotees, that will be okay. Somebody would like to volunteer from Mataji's side? Be at back, you can translate. And here Prabhuji's side also. Yes. So it is my great fortune to be here. As I was speaking in the morning, I am not at all qualified to sit here. Actually, this is Prabhupada's own temple. He built it, he nourished it. He dreamed that how Krishna consciousness will spread throughout South India through this temple. And just by coming here, I am getting that vibrations. So I am very grateful. I am feeling also unqualified to sit here because so many senior devotees I am seeing, they are present here. So I beg for their blessings. Today I am asked to speak on His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. Actually, generally in Iskcon, we have a rule to only have public glorification of spiritual master on Vyas Puja day. And after disappearance on his Tirobhav day. But I think I got a special discount and I am asked to speak on Guru Maharaj's life. Actually, spiritual personalities are like sun. You don't need to define sun. When sun rises, everybody can appreciate his presence. So in the same way, Srila Prabhupada and his disciples are themselves glorified. Who am I to glorify such a great personality? As I was mentioning in the morning also, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur would feel ashamed to even call his Guru's name. Because he would feel that I am so unqualified, how to utter my Guru's name. In the same way, our one Acharya Devkinandan Thakur has written a very beautiful song, Vrindavan Vasi Jata Vaishnaviragan. he describes that I don't have power to glorify a Vaishnava, but still I have this desire to glorify. And he gives a beautiful example. A dumb person cannot speak, but still he can make sound. And still he can try to express his happiness. He cannot speak, he cannot express in words, but at least he can make some sound and express that I am happy. In the same way we glorify Vaishnavas, we attempt, but actually we have no qualification to glorify such great souls. Especially Prabhupada himself told, his disciples are not ordinary. When there was Lotus building inauguration, in Mayapur, there are so many buildings, and the first building is Lotus building, where Prabhupada's quarters are. That was the first building in Mayapur. And when Prabhupada finished the construction of that building, the inauguration, devotees were so happy, because in Mayapur, that was a first class building. Nothing like that in Mayapur before that Lotus building. And when Prabhupada was sitting on his Vyasasana, devotees were expecting what Prabhupada will speak. Prabhupada would be very happy that we are inaugurating this Lotus building. Prabhupada said, actually I am not qualified to be your leader. You all are so advanced. You are making so many big achievements for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who am I to be your guru? Actually, you are eternal associates of Lord Chaitanya. That's how Srila Prabhupada saw his disciples. They are so special. Many times Prabhupada would cry tears of gratitude, and he would say, you are all sent by my Guru Maharaj to help me execute his instructions. And actually we can see, otherwise how it is possible? We are preaching, we all are preachers in Iskcon. We know how difficult it is to convince somebody to come on this path. And then to bring them to chant 16 rounds and get initiated and then become committed, dedicate their lives to Iskcon, very rare. To bring somebody is difficult, and to make them stay is even more difficult. Like when this Hare Krishna TV channel was in a beginning phase, they invited Jayadvaita Swami Maharaj for interview. And those of you know Jayadvaita Swami Maharaj is straightforward. So they asked him, Maharaj, can you give us a video recording? We want to record you. How you came to Krishna consciousness? Maharaj said, don't ask me how I came to Krishna consciousness. That anybody can tell. Ask me how I stayed in Krishna consciousness all these years. That's the biggest miracle. To stay in Kali Yuga, in this spiritual movement, inspired, committed, very rare. But Prabhupada disciples, isn't it astonishing? Prabhupada starts the movement, and when he starts the movement, these young boys and girls come and they take up this task as their own. When Prabhupada started this movement, 26 2nd Avenue, one couple, Mukund and Janki, decided, let's expand this movement to West Coast. And they went to San Francisco. And when they went to San Francisco, they established a center there. They invited Srila Prabhupada. They booked his flight ticket. For the first time in life, Prabhupada sat in flight. And when Prabhupada arrived in San Francisco, at airport already dozens of youth were welcoming Srila Prabhupada. That is Prabhupada disciples. Few months in the movement, but so dedicated. They can't be ordinary devotees. And then other three couples, they decide, Prabhupada, why only in North American continent? Let's go in the UK. And they decided to go to the UK. Shyam Sundar Prabhu, Malati Mataji, Gurudas Prabhu, you know that story. These three couples went. And when they went there, the immigration actually wanted to see some amount of money before they let them in. So they flew to Europe, and then one person went in UK and he transferred back money to another because there was no money. And then the another person came and then they transferred money back, and that's how 6 of them entered one by one inside. He started the movement, rented 7 Bury place, which is recently purchased by Iskcon now. And they invited Srila Prabhupada to start preaching in London. Made George Harrison devotee. Isn't it wonderful? All these Prabhupada disciples. One time Tamal Krishna Maharaj said, Prabhupada, you're telling me to do this and that, and there is an expression in America. Rather than this, better I go to China. It's like, we say na in Hindi, isse to mar jana acha hai. So, well, better to go to China. Prabhupada said, very good, go to China. Prabhupada sent him China. So much so that Pakistan, devotees went to Bangladesh. They were tortured. They were put in jail. But Krishna consciousness was expanding. This is the proof Prabhupada disciples are not ordinary. He himself told. Each disciple, we may see some of Prabhupada disciples might have some spiritual difficulties. We may judge them externally. But actually, the way they served Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada will never forget their sacrifice. Prabhupada will never forget their contributions. Prabhupada had a servant, Upendra Prabhu, very close. But after Prabhupada left, he had spiritual difficulties. So he also left. And he started living with a girlfriend and then so far from devotees, never came to temple, never got in touch with devotees. One day, a lady, while devotees were doing Sankirtan on the street, she came to devotees and she asked, who is Prabhupada? Devotees were surprised. Why she is asking like that, who is Prabhupada? He said, my boyfriend, and he told Upendra Prabhu's name. I never heard Prabhupada's name from him. But when he was dying of cancer in hospital, before leaving his body, he was saying, Prabhupada, you came. I left you, but you never left me. You came, and saying that, my boyfriend left the body. That was Upendra Prabhu. So Prabhupada never forgot. Little service also, what anybody did. Forget about those disciples who gave their life to Srila Prabhupada. And therefore, they should be glorified. Not because they are our guru or they may not be our guru. That is not the agenda. They are special. After few centuries or maybe 100,000 years, people will search who were these devotees who served Srila Prabhupada. They will search their life history. Just like, are we not curious to know about associates of Lord Chaitanya? We try to search, right? More and more details about our Goswamis. In the same way, in future, devotees will search about these Prabhupada disciples. Therefore, their legacy should be preserved. And one common thing about all these wonderful disciples of Srila Prabhupada, for them, Srila Prabhupada is everything. Everything. We have a wonderful example of His Grace Anandamaya Prabhu. You are so fortunate to have that example in this temple. Whole life, stayed in one temple, did one service. Is it that easy? It's like Vedic marriage, not today's marriage. Love at first sight, divorce at first fight. That's not Vedic. Vedic disciple-guru relationship means Chakkhudan dilo jai janme janme Prabhu se. You gave me chakshu, you gave me eyes, spiritual eyes. I was born blind. You are my Prabhu. Prabhu means you are like God to me. And janme janme, life after life. That is guru and disciple relationship. I was told that Anandmaya Prabhu didn't even renovate his office because he thought this was directly seen by Srila Prabhupada, so why should I renovate it? This is love. Details are love. Details are the sign of love. Guru-disciple relationship. And our Gaudiya Parampara is known for this. We live with this Guru-disciple relationship. Morning, which mat, which parampara, which dham? First thing in the morning, Lord's Mangala Arati, who sings Guru's glory? Nobody except Iskcon. Even in Gaudiya Math, they sing some other bhajans, Udilo, Aruna, Purava, Bhagya, or different other bhajans. But Iskcon Prabhupada gave us this wonderful system. Lord is coming first in the day, giving darshan, Mangal darshan, and we are singing Vande Guru Shri Charana Arvindam. We are telling Krishna, Krishna, you are there, but our relationship with you is through our spiritual master. Again, darshanarti. Outside people come to take darshan, nice dress, nice flowers, nice garlands. But we give Krishna only 3 minutes. Govinda Madhipurusha only 3 minutes. And then we turn to Srila Prabhupada, start Sri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhagati Sir. Our process is very different. We do Bhoga offering. How we start Bhoga offering? Guru Pranam. We do Aarti. How we do Aarti? First we take permission from Guru. We chant the holy name, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam Eva Kevalam. But before that, we remember a spiritual master. This is the speciality of this parampara. We have only our relationship with Guru. And this Guru Nishtha turns into Guru Prem. And this Guru Prem turns into Krishna Prem. That is our process. Krishna sends Guru to deliver the fallen souls. Jivan istara lagi nanda sutta hari, bhuvane prakash han Guru rupa dhari. That is our process. So Krishna's form is Guru. Okay, for Guru's god brothers, he may be normal. For other devotees, he may be a senior inspiration. But for disciple, Guru is Sakshat Haritvena. Because he is going to deliver the disciple. He is going to take him to Srila Prabhupada, to Krishna. And therefore, disciple's job is to just repeat the words of spiritual master. That will give him strength. That will give him power to preach. Nothing new. So we are very fortunate to have so many examples. You know, for Prabhupada, it was difficult because his godbrothers didn't support him, unfortunately. For Prabhupada disciples, it was better because Prabhupada institutionalized Iskcon and they had facility to live together and serve Srila Prabhupada. But we are more fortunate from the previous 2 generations because now we have Iskcon, we have shelter of Srila Prabhupada, we have so many devotees to support, and we have so many multiple gurus to give us inspirations. That makes the family complete. We are a big, big joint family of Iskcon. And in a family, your father may chastise you, but Chacha and Tau never chastise you. They will only give chocolates. I remember in my childhood, one time I stole some money from my house to buy some crackers, Diwali crackers. So when I stole that money, my father was very angry. But that time for my rescue, my father's elder brother, Tauji, came. He said, you come. He took me aside. With a lot of love, he explained. You see, your father loves you, don't steal, he will provide you everything. So that is difference between father and uncle. In the same way, we all are very fearful of our spiritual masters, right? But Iskcon, the facility is we can take inspiration from multiple gurus. That is our complete family. So there are many, many great souls. I don't want to mention that Maharaj is something which is others are not. Please don't take like that. That I'm glorifying my spiritual master thinking that he is superior to others. No. All spiritual masters have wonderful qualities. But as they gave me topic, I am mentioning few pastimes. So I was around His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj for a few years. And I was very young. I was 21 years old. I saw him first when I was 13 years old. And first time when I saw, he captured my heart. Because he did everything for Srila Prabhupada. He's walking, he's talking. You give him any verse, he will only glorify Srila Prabhupada. He can convert any class into Prabhupada Katha. That was his expertise. Many times when devotees would arrange nice Vyasas and nice seat for him, he would go and he would check, is Srila Prabhupada asan higher than his asan or equal or lower? He'd make sure Prabhupada's asan should be higher. Then if somebody will come to garland him, he'll look at the garland before accepting and he would see Prabhupada's garland. If Prabhupada's garland is not that opulent, he will take that garland, offer it to Srila Prabhupada. So these things I was seeing from childhood. How much Prabhupada conscious he is. He's only thinking about Srila Prabhupada. We went for Janmashtami program and Guru Maharaj selected, we were small kids, school kids. And Guru Maharaj selected verse from Gopi Geet, Tava Kathamritam. And we were thinking, oh, such a high topic. Ras Leela, we don't read also. And in Ras Leela, Gopi Geet is the highest. And he's going to speak from Gopi Geet. So we sat expecting something, we will not understand. He explained for little time, Janmashtami lecture. And he says, Tava katham ritam tapta jivanam. This verse, gopis are remembering that person who will distribute Krishna consciousness all over the world. Bhurida Jana. Who is that person? Srila Prabhupada. Then 1 hour class on Srila Prabhupada. He is so attracted. This personality is always speaking about Srila Prabhupada. Always thinking about Srila Prabhupada. That was his mood. Then finally, we were getting initiated. So that time also, when we sat for initiation, he was giving class. And he was saying, I may be your spiritual master, but I have no capacity to take you to Krishna. Imagine, in initiation ceremony, your guru tells you that. Then he adds, but I have one confidence. I can take you to Srila Prabhupada. That confidence I have. And Prabhupada will take you to Krishna. How transparent. And then he made us take a vow. So we take a vow, 16 rounds, 4 executive principles. And then he asked, will you ever leave Iskcon? He said, no. Sure? He double checked. Sure? Yes. Yes, never leave Iskcon. Iskcon is Prabhupada's ashram, is Prabhupada's body. If you stay in Iskcon, you will get everything. Many times, devotees think there are so many problems. One time we were in North Carolina. We were traveling from Cary to DeLand by train. So waiting for train. Guru Maharaj was sitting there. Some disciples came. And one of them were complaining. He was complaining that Guru Maharaj, there's so many problems in Iskcon. So much politics, so much bureaucracy, fighting, this, that, the two faces. We sometimes get fed up. I feel like I'll go to some other mutt. As he spoke that, Guru Maharaj's eyes became red. Became so angry. Kusmadapi komalam, vajradapi kathoram. He said, what do you think? If your house is dirty, do you leave your house or clean your house? If you really think this is Prabhupada's Iskcon, is Prabhupada's house, stay here and solve the problem. Never leave Iskcon. That was his issue. Never leave. This is Prabhupada's house. Live in Iskcon, die in Iskcon. That was his instruction. And therefore, when we chant his pranam mantra, one phrase comes, he is Prabhupada Gata Prana. Prabhupada is his life and soul. We have Annagata Pran. Our life and soul is food. And Krishna talks about his devotees in Gita. Machchitta Matagata Pran. Krishna is life and soul of his devotees. But he was Prabhupada Gata Pran. Prabhupada was his life and soul. So everywhere he just made sure Prabhupada will be happy or not. You know how he came to the idea of shooting Abhay. By the way, he spent a lot of time in Hyderabad shooting Abhay. He spent sometimes 8 months in a row in Hyderabad. That's what I heard. And some devotees also told that he was even considering to make Hyderabad his permanent base. That was his desire. So then finally Ujjain project came and then he shifted there. But how he got this idea of shooting Abhay? Because since creation, no sannyasi would have thought to shoot a movie. Right? This is something new for sannyasi. What happened is he was traveling in a flight and he got a magazine. And that magazine had a title, Most Influential Personalities of 20th Century. 100. There were 100 pages, 100 personalities were described. Guru Maharaj was so excited. 20th century means Srila Prabhupada. His name should be there. And he was searching whole magazine, 100 pages. There were 100 Tom, Dick, Harrys, but no Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj became very upset. He said, why the world is not recognizing what Prabhupada had did? No achiever has done what Prabhupada has did. Hitler, Alexander, so many people came and they killed people. They might have expanded their kingdoms. But there is nobody who won people's heart all over the world. Never happened in the history. So Prabhupada should be glorified. Now what to do? He came to Mumbai and he decided, I'll make a movie and I'll make it so famous that every child, every person will know about Srila Prabhupada. That was his desire. So he met Hema Malini. Hema Malini was now also great supporter of Iskcon. So he met her and told that, I'm planning to make this movie on Srila Prabhupada. He said, Maharaj, how much money you have? I said, no money, but I want to make this movie. But I have a big supporter. Himalini said, which supporter you have? He said, he can supply me unlimited donation. I said, who is that? He said, Radha Krishna. They will give me all money because I am glorifying their pure devotee. So he'll give. So then Hema Malini told that, Maharaj, generally when a movie comes, people watch it, people may appreciate it, but that after some time they forget. Rather you make a series, you make a serial. So every day people will watch, it will go deep in their consciousness. And that's how he started doing this Abhay Charan shooting. Now the whole Abhay Charan is 104 episodes. Now one episode for one scene, we have to take many takes. And now for one take, one shooting, one day, it costed 3 lakh rupees in 1993. You can imagine. 3 lakh rupees for one day shooting. And separately, you have to arrange for actors, you have to arrange for makeup, you have to arrange for all the team. And what Maharaj did is, in Abhay Charan, if you will see, he shooted at exact location where Prabhupada did that Leela. Like Prabhupada is walking in park in Los Angeles, the same park. Prabhupada is in London, same place. All this 26 2nd Avenue, same. So he had to take all bunch of team with him, apply their visas, get their tickets, all these expenses. And Maharaj said, I was not knowing next day how I will do shooting. But Krishna was arranging everything. That was his dedication to make this Abhay Charan movie. So when Ujjain temple project came, he did this temple in 9 months, 20 days. This is another record. He's champion of marathons. Such big project, in 9 months, people don't finish their drawings and clearance from government. It takes years and years. But he finished that project in 9 months, 20 days. Somebody asked, Maharaj, how did you complete this project so early? He said, my Guru Maharaj Srila Prabhupada completed 108 temples in 10 years. By his mercy, why can't I do one temple in 1 year? It's his mercy. And while doing Abhay Charan, every day we were building one temple and dismantling it. Because you have to prepare whole setup and then dismantle, go to another place. So when it came to Ujjain, it was very easy for me to make this temple. Prabhupada conscious. And then this Abhay Charan was shown, was telecasted in Doordarshan with crores of viewers. And they all came to know about Srila Prabhupada. That was his desire to glorify his spiritual master. Now when he became Guru, 1987, he became Guru, started to initiate. Now first Vyas Puja came. Now devotees arranged his Vyas Puja. He was so embarrassed. He said, I don't like this fanfare. What he did, he converted it Vyas Puja into Prabhupada Memorial Festival. What we do on his Vyas Puja, if you come to Ujjain, you can see, we don't have his glorification. We have Prabhupada's Murti, not even his picture. Prabhupada's Murti, in the morning session, all devotees come, they read their offerings to Srila Prabhupada. There is Puspanjali to Srila Prabhupada. There is Bhoga offering to Srila Prabhupada, Aarti to Prabhupada, and everybody dance. That is feast. That's it. This is his Vyas Puja. Then evening time when he was there, we request, at least in evening, allow some disciples to speak. So evening there would be another small program for his Vyas Puja. But main program was Prabhupada's glorification. And we are continuing it every year, 3-4 days, only Prabhupada Katha. And then one evening we do Guru Maharaj's glorification. Because he desired. He said, Janmashtami, everybody is tired. So next day of Janmashtami, Prabhupada Vyas Puja, devotees are not fully active. So this day, 17th of September, is Maharaj's birthday. 17th of September, Prabhupada placed his foot in America. And that's how it started a new history in the world, Iskcon. So this date is very important, 17th September. Somehow he got this connection. And then he dedicated that Vyas Puja to Prabhupada as Prabhupada Memorial Festival. Always Prabhupada conscious. When I traveled with him for first time, I made so many mistakes. He told me when I was studying, he said, you want to be a devotee or you want a carrier? Now if your spiritual master asks you this question, what you will answer? You want a carrier or you want to be a devotee? So I said, Guru Maharaj, I want to be a devotee. Then he said, don't become a Shudra. Don't work in outside world. You make your passport. After finishing, you come. So, okay. So I applied for passport. I am from very small village, so no experience. So after completed my studies, I did some coaching, and then Guru Maharaj called me. He said, you travel with me. So okay, my first international trip. Now, I have no experience traveling outside India. Flight was from Bombay and supposed to go to South Africa. I don't have visa for South Africa. One night before, next day's flight, one night before, while I went to Guru Maharaj's room, night time, switched off the light, started massaging. He asked, so, everything ready? I said, yes, Maharaj, everything ready. So, you got your passport? Yes, I forgot my passport. I said, Guru Maharaj, I don't have visa as yet. My passport is still in South African embassy, and that too in Delhi. Guru Maharaj got up. You don't know you can't travel without passport? It's common sense. And where is your visa? You don't know you need visa? I said, Maharaj, what should I do? I don't have. Then Guru Maharaj called somebody in South Africa who was a big minister and then told, I have an assistant, he wants to travel but he doesn't have visa. Said, okay Maharaj, we'll arrange your visa for your assistant, but your passport will be in Delhi. Said, okay, but it will only be available at 10 o'clock in the morning. Very fast. But still, 10 o'clock passport will be in Delhi. We are in Mumbai. Our flight from Mumbai in afternoon. Guru Maharaj called a disciple in Delhi. Go to this embassy, collect passport, take a flight from Delhi to Mumbai, bring his passport. I said, okay. Finally, 2 hours before our departure time, passport came in my hand. We left from home for airport. As we left, Guru Maharaj asked me on the way, can you give my japamala? And I am searching. I forgot Guru Maharaj's bag with his passport at home. He became so upset. He said, I got your passport, you forgot my passport. It took U-turn, we collected his passport. Finally, we checked in. And he was so sensitive. You know, the tickets, previously we used to print out tickets. Nowadays, everything digitalized, DG Yatra and this and that. But we used to print out first. And then the security guard looks at it and then he lets you in. So before leaving, Guru Maharaj told me, you highlight our names and you highlight the flight, this flight number and time of departure with highlighter in the printout. So I did. And then when we went to airport, we gave this security guard this thing. He checked and went in. Then Guru Maharaj told me, the security guard has so hard time. Whole day, he has to look for people's PNR, name, and it's so difficult. So by highlighting, we should help him actually. He's so sensitive to the security guard. Then he went in. We went to the counter. The lady was checking us in. Guru Maharaj was having a garland. Guru Maharaj said, you're doing such nice service. Can I give you this garland? He said, yes. People get melted by this love. Not only devotees, outsiders. Finally, we checked in. We went Dubai, stopover. We reached South Africa. Big program. So many whites came. So many Europeans who settled in South Africa came. Wonderful program. The topic was, money is the means, not the goal. Guru Maharaj gave the conference. So many questions, so many appreciations. We go back home. And then evening, after Guru Maharaj took milk, we all were appreciating. Such nice program, Guru Maharaj, such nice program. So many people came. And then one devotee from UK, Shri Radharaman Prabhu, he told, Maharaj, I am trying to get an award for you. This award is given to very special people who did so much for the world. Immediately what Guru Maharaj said, can you check if this award can be given to somebody already left this world? And the devotee started to scratch his head. He said, Google did everything. He told, yes Maharaj, it's possible. He said, then this award should go to Srila Prabhupada, not to me. Immediately. It's not that he has to think about it and then later on immediate. And then he went to the room. I followed him, switched off the lights. Guru Maharaj lie down, massaging his feet. And then Guru Maharaj said, when Prabhupada came to Africa, he was not very happy. Why? Because a lot of Indians came to meet him. And Prabhupada became angry. He said, did I come to Africa to meet Indians? where are the Africans? And today's program, so many local people came. Prabhupada must be so happy. That is the consciousness of a disciple. All the time thinking, now it's not a public program, it's not a preaching program. He's lying down in bed and thinking about pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada Gata Pran. Another time, we were in Ujjain, there were GBC meetings, and so many leaders came. So there was a particular meeting in which there was little shortage of time. So they suggested that let us skip Prabhupada's Guru Puja and start meeting direct. And then Maharaj said, no, you skip one of the agendas, but don't skip Guru Prabhupada's Guru Puja. Because of Srila Prabhupada, we get knowledge to serve him. So we need his blessings. It was constant meditation. We went to New York. In New York, in the evening time, Guru Maharaj said, I want to have a walk. And this horrible place, New York, night time is not safe. You go out, there are a lot of people on drugs, a lot of people on, drinking, so bad. So we went out, went to one place, people were smoking, drinking. We changed another place. We were walking in different streets. And I was thinking, why Guru Maharaj in night time going on the streets? And then he turned at one place and he said, in these streets Prabhupada walked. And Prabhupada started our movement in this place. And now preaching is not happening here. How Prabhupada will feel? He personally opened first temple in New York. How he will feel? We should do something to preach in America. And he got this idea that let me have a project in America. He opened D-Land. So that was purpose. The last part of my life, I should do something to serve Srila Prabhupada. Enhance his glories. Always Prabhupada conscious. One Mataji's place in Manhattan, so many disciples came. They cooked big feast, served to Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj was sitting there. He didn't start. Instead of saying Mahaprasade Govinde, he said Yassa Prasadat Bhagavat Prasado. And then he said, when I was cooking for Srila Prabhupada, I would cook 2-3 items. But here see, Prabhupada is giving me so much to eat. See how much he is taking care of me. Constant meditation. Do we really remember our Guru when Prasad comes in front? But that is real disciple. Another time in Calcutta, that was his last visit in Calcutta. He was cooking lasagna. And as you know, he was Prabhupada's cook. So he was very nice, in cooking. So he was cooking lasagna. And as he was cooking lasagna, he invited all the leaders from Calcutta. Anang Mohan Prabhu, Acharya Ratna Prabhu, Dayaram Prabhu, so many different leaders called. And then he made them sit and personally served them prasadam. And then Guru Maharaj also said, and then wonderful talk, everything, almost 2 hours. And then when they were about to get up, Guru Maharaj said, when I was cooking for Srila Prabhupada, I was a very new cook. I would hardly know few items to cook. But now in all these years, I have learned so many new dishes. And I am waiting when I will go back to Srila Prabhupada and cook for him again. Prabhupada Gata Pran. Always thinking about Srila Prabhupada. He was also called by his disciples as crack healer. You know what is crack healer? Wherever there is issue, he would take up the task himself. There were issue in New York, Brooklyn Temple. The president of that temple took over and he removed the board Iskcon and he transferred temple in some other trust. Very serious thing. He took up the task, went to Brooklyn as the GBC chairman and took the mic. Temple president snatched the mic away, switched off lights, you can imagine. And whole congregation, most of them were on side of the president. And here, without any security, without any guards, Maharaj was standing. He brought a portable mic with him. He took portable mic and announced, on behalf of the GBC, I am taking this temple back in Iskcon. No more current management. We are changing everything. Big turmoil. This president called police. Police was about on their way. And what Maharaj did? He went to Srila Prabhupada, started Kirtan. And when he started Kirtan, Even supporters of president started doing kirtan, dancing with Maharaj. And then when police came, they saw, oh, what they're doing, they're only chanting Hare Krishna. Your temple is Hare Krishna, right? So you have to chant Hare Krishna. The police left and temple came back to Iskcon. Crack healer. Another time in New Mayapur, which is in France. So there was a leader who was heading everything and he had spiritual difficulties, he left. But he took a lot of loan from the bank. And that loan came in Iskcon, and this property in New Mayapur was on mortgage. Bank was about to take it. And this New Mayapur farm was personally established by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada installed deities there. Prabhupada stayed there. It's a castle. Now, at that time, Maharaj was asked, will you become GBC of that place? I said, okay. He became GBC of that place. All assets were about to go. And then Maharaj phoned up, I am coming, I am being assigned as new GBC of your temple. I am coming on such and such date. And don't worry, I got a donor who is going to give us $1 million. Came. Big reception. You can imagine devotees. They were in big trouble and suddenly you are told $1 million. They started dancing. Big reception. Haribol, garlands, everything, sitting on Vyasasan. Maharaj gives the address and then Guru Maharaj asked, any questions? Devotee asked, Maharaj, who is that donor who is going to give you $1 million? He said, he's sitting on the altar, Krishna, he'll give me $1 million. No money. And then finally, he raised the funds, he saved Prabhupada's New Mayapur temple. Back to Iskcon now. So that's how wherever there were problems, he traveled, he fixed it up. One time somebody asked him, Maharaj, why are you traveling so much? Your health is not nice. He said in Iskcon, our service starts at 70. Why? Because Prabhupada started Iskcon at 70. So if he didn't rest, how can I rest? He's constantly traveling, constantly preaching. He never thought, this is my disciple, that is my disciple. I was in Radhanath Swami Maharaj's Vyas Puja and I was sitting in chairs attending Maharaj's Vyas Puja festival. One devotee comes and sits next to me and he said, Prabhu, do you recognize me? I said, sorry Prabhu, I am. He said, do you remember you were traveling with your Guru Maharaj in Chennai, from Chennai to Tirupati. And while you were traveling with him, I was also in the same flight. And you both were in business class, I was in economy class. And as you know, they allow business class passengers to sit first. So we both were sitting. And now this devotee enters. He reminded me and then I remembered. And he said, Maharaj said, wait. You're in the same flight? Yes. He doesn't know him. Guru Maharaj was not knowing who is this devotee. Yes, from where are you? He said, Maharaj, I am from Chowpatty. He said, just wait. He called the air hostess. He said, is there any seat available for upgrade? He said, yes. Okay, upgrade this devotee. And he upgraded and made him sit in business class. Now the devotee said, we hear so much about devotee care and Iskcon is a family and this and that. He said, that day your Guru Maharaj made me feel I am an Iskcon family. He made me feel that. Included me. It's not about money. It's not about upgrading or business or economy. It's about making you feel Prabhupada's family member. That was his attitude. One time, one devotee, he was a brahmachari, serving in one temple, had a very serious health issue. And then when his temple came to know, they said, we are financially struggling. We can't help to arrange treatment for you. So that devotee called our temple. He said, my temple is not in this condition to help me financially. I have this disease. Can I come to Ujjain and take treatment? Now, the temple management was not sure because a lot of money, lakhs of rupees would be needed to cure him. So they asked me, you asked Guru Maharaj. I was traveling with him. So I asked Guru Maharaj, this devotee is coming and a lot of money will be involved in his treatment. He's serving some other temple. His temple doesn't have money. They want to come in Ujjain and take treatment. Guru Maharaj started chastising me. Why are you asking me this question? Don't you know? Ujjain is home for all devotees. Anybody come, you serve them. That's it. Don't ask me. This is their home. And I saw many instances. One Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj disciple came. He said, one of our godbrothers is going through one surgery. Maharaj, I am needing some 50,000 rupees. Guru Maharaj said, open the drawer, and all pranami would come, we will keep in a drawer in Mayapur. He said, open this drawer, whatever you give. I said, Guru Maharaj is more than 50. Give whatever is there, he just gave. So I collected everything, gave to that devotee. When he left, Maharaj said, when Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj was leaving this world, few days before we had a phone call. And he told me that I am going to leave Maharaj soon. After I leave, please take care of my disciples. So I have responsibility for him. And therefore I am taking care of his disciples. That is Iskcon. We were in South Africa, retreat, Sikshashtakam seminar. And Guru Maharaj was giving this seminar, one particular Mataji from China. She was asking many challenging questions. One point Guru Maharaj made in lecture is, wife is the property of husband. He was referring to some text and he was saying it as it is. Not that he was trying to imbalance it, but he was just made a point. And this Mataji, in the middle of the class, he stood up. How can you call this? Is she a cow or furniture? He's challenging, you imagine that. And we all are feeling, how she's asking like this. But no, Guru Maharaj was very composed, very calm. He clarified our doubt. Everything settled. We go to the room. I was serving prasad. But as I was serving prasad, that thing was boiling in my heart. How can, she ask like this? So I asked Guru Maharaj, that Mataji, and I couldn't finish my question. He said, stop. Her spiritual master left this world 15 years back. She was a young girl when she got initiated. And you don't understand what is the pain when a spiritual master leaves this world. She just needs love. And I am giving that love to her. That was him. Snigdha Cheta, soft-hearted. He can't see anybody in pain. That was his mood. Every time he's thinking how to take care of devotees, how to make their life easier. How can I help them? How can I serve him? And that's how he lived this life. First thing he would go to any temple, he would ask, are you all comfortable? Have you all taken prasad? Are you all right? And the way he would speak, we all would melt. So finally, I would now just come to the last pastimes. There's so much to say, but I'm just summarizing it. Finally, this 2020, Guru Maharaj came to Ujjain. And as he came to Ujjain, what is the time? I don't know. Okay. So Prabhuji told we have time. So, okay. So I'll just explain the last few days of his pastimes in this world. As he lived last days, 2020 Corona time, he came to Ujjain. Grand welcome. He comes. Next day there was lockdown announced. And he was stuck in Ujjain. Now in Ujjain, he was giving 3 classes a day. 9 o'clock Bengali class, 2 o'clock, 11 o'clock I think Hindi class, and 6 o'clock English class. And then between also he was giving many online classes. But one thing he did during this lockdown is, he met each devotee personally. He said, all these days, I couldn't meet these devotees. They are serving in temple for so long. Call 5 brahmacharis every day. I'll personally meet them. So we scheduled. And then Guru Maharaj would ask, from where are you? What is your family background? How is your family doing now? Are you happy in temple? Now these brahmacharis, some of them are in movement from 25 years. Nobody asked them these questions. And Maharaj is asking each devotee. He met all brahmacharis. Then he said, can we smuggle in some Grihastha devotees also silently? Corona time. He said, yes. So, okay, call now 2 to 3 families also. So Maharaj met each family. Then he went to Goshala. He met each cow, giving everybody time. Then one day, it was afternoon. He was sitting. I come. On his own, Guru Maharaj started to speak. Prabhupada gave his life to give us Krishna consciousness. There were 3 people very close to Srila Prabhupada in his last days. One was Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, who already left this world. Second was Upendra Prabhu, who already left this world. And third was me. And then he became silent. I couldn't get why he's telling like this. But then I was thinking, maybe he's reminding us that we should value what he's giving us. Then another day, I served Prashad. And while serving Prashad, I would read Chaitanya Charitamrita to Guru Maharaj every day. We finished 3 times full Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because he would read, we would hear in breakfast, lunch, dinner 3 times a day. So I would recite Chaitanya Charitamrita. This day I completed the whole chapter. And Chaitanya Charitamrita chapters can be really long. 300 verses, sometimes 400 verses. So I completed the whole chapter. Guru Maharaj was sitting there. And after that I finished. He didn't get up from his place. He was sitting. I was also silent. Guru Maharaj also silent. And then he said, soul has capacity to cure all diseases. You don't need any medicine. But when soul decides to leave this body, soul goes away. Speaking this, he got up, went to the washroom. Now all these things were happening, but I couldn't connect all this. Later on, I was realizing where this actually was going. Another day, one devotee, Sitanath Prabhu, is in Ujjain, serving Guru Maharaj as his personal servant, many years. We cooked a special sabji for Guru Maharaj. And in Corona time, we don't get, proper vegetables. So somebody from Indore sent some vegetables, broccoli, paneer, something. I'm not remembering exactly which sabji was that, but very rare. And the cook, our kitchen was on the top roof. So I went there. And the cook, he cooked this sabji, very carefully gave in my hands. He said, Prabhu, only this much sabji, okay? Now take it very carefully, don't drop it. He mentioned in specific, don't drop it. So I took very carefully. I came downstairs, entered Guru Maharaj's room. And I gave to Sitanath Prabhu because he would serve in the plate. So I gave him with same instruction, Prabhu, very rare, okay? Don't drop it. And as I gave him, he was handling it and he dropped it on the floor. And as he dropped it, Guru Maharaj came out of the washroom and he disappeared. This devotee disappeared. And I was alone. Guru Maharaj saw this sabji on the floor. He said, what happened? I said, Guru Maharaj, it fell on ground. He said, yes, I know, fell. Now clean it. Okay. I started cleaning. Now when the pot fell, so a lot of sabji spilled, but some was still in the pot. Okay. So I took that and then I cleaned the rest of the thing. And this Sitanath Prabhu was nowhere to be seen. He's gone. Because he already got chastised. So he gone. Now I started to serve. With whatever was left in the pot, I was serving him. Now Sitanath Prabhu comes slowly. When Guru Maharaj already finished, almost finished his prasad, he comes. He enters the room. And he sees same sabji in the plate of Guru Maharaj. Okay? Now he was feeling guilty. You know why? I dropped the sabji and Guru Maharaj is eating that sabji which is probably, he was not knowing I saved the thing which was already in the pot. But he thought I picked up from the ground and give. He's feeling that guilty. That, Guru Maharaj is eating something which I dropped on the floor. He was very, very, disturbed in his mind. And then Guru Maharaj looked at him, looked at me, and then he said, what did you do of the sabji which was on floor? Did you throw it? I said, no, Guru Maharaj, we saved it in another container. We'll take it later. He said, yes. You should never waste prasad. Even if you would have served me, no problem. I would have honored it. And that relieved Sitanath Prabhu. Actually, he shared, after 1 day, after 1 or 2 days, Guru Maharaj left for US. If Guru Maharaj would have not clarified this that time, that guilt would have eaten Sitanath Prabhu completely because Guru Maharaj left when he went to America. So he clarified that. He could not see anybody in pain. He was having swelling in the leg. Everybody was very tensed. He was having pain. So middle of the night he called. So we rushed in his room. He said, my leg is paining. So we brought some water to, with salt and warm water to just soak his leg. So as he soaked his leg, we all were very tense environment in the room. We were very sad that we never saw him. When he would climb the stairs, he would never catch railing. Even in 70 years old, you never take support of any railing. One time he was coming down stage in Tarakeshwar, and the step was little steep. So I came and I gave my hand so that, Guru Maharaj can take support and get down. He looked at me as Muchukunda saw Kalyavan. He said, "Who asked you to give hand?" He was so independent. He never took any support. So when he was in this pain, we were feeling very painful to see him like that. And when he saw we all are tensed, he cracked a joke. He said, "This bucket says, in care of Guru Maharaj. Is Guru Maharaj going to wash this bucket? It should say, in care of Krishna Kishore, not in care of Guru Maharaj." So he clarified, he relieved us of that pain. He was so sensitive. Another day, I was having fever. This also lockdown time. I was having fever. And Corona time, even if you sneeze, devotees would quarantine you. And I was having fever, general fever. It's not like, very heavy fever or something. But they were saying, "Oh, Corona, you get." So, okay, I was shifted to some other room. Now, I didn't go near Guru Maharaj. Next day, Mangala Arati, I was standing little far outside temple. He finished Mangala Arati. And especially during Corona time, I never saw Guru Maharaj like that. He would stand generally next to the leading singer in Mangala Arati. But Corona time, all the days he was in Ujjain, he would go close to the deities. That railing, the marble railing, he'd go close to the deities and one by one take darshans during whole Mangala Arati. Something special. So I was standing at the back. Guru Maharaj completed Mangala Arati, did Tulsi Pradakshina, going back. Somebody asked me, "You follow." So I followed. When I followed, we reached. Guru Maharaj asked me, "Are you retiring?" I said, "No, Guru Maharaj. I was having some fever or something." So he said, "Never leave your service. Whatever happens, never leave your service." And that was the instruction. No matter whatever happens, we should never leave our service. So days were passing, but each day Guru Maharaj was becoming more and more restless. You see, somebody who traveled for 40 years, 3 days, 2 days in one place, and for him to stay in one apartment for 2 months, unimaginable. He would go around temple, he would do so many things. Sometimes he would tell us, "Take me somewhere." So we would take him in car in night time when no police. We would take him secretly in Ujjain somewhere, Shipra. He would walk, chant, bring him back. He was feeling so restless. And then things were happening in America. Actually, Deland Temple was distributing food. So many people were appreciating. One government agency was going to give whole food bank to us. Another influential Agrawal family in US was going to give 160 acres of land to Maharaj. He said, "You use it." So all the things were developing there. And here he was confined in a room. Now Guru Maharaj said, "If I would have wings, I would just fly. I don't want to wait for these flights." He was becoming very restless. In a day, at least 12 to 15 times he would ask me to check flights. If the flights are starting or not. I want to go and preach. I can't stay here. And from where he got this? Remember Srila Prabhupada's last days. What Prabhupada said? A warrior doesn't die on bed. A warrior dies in the battlefield. And he was serving Srila Prabhupada that time. He got that from Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada decided to go to the West. He went also. And from London he had to come back. Now, he was having the same mood. I want to die on the battlefield. Anything happens, I don't want to die in the room. So he decided to go to the US. Now before that, small story, my parents were becoming more restless. Why? Because in Corona time, all social media was saying, "Oh, everybody will die, nobody will meet anybody, family members, just, last days, the earth will finish." Like that, everybody was telling. My mother, father became so concerned. They said, "We will die, our son, we cannot see him." So they were pressurizing me that you come back home at least to see us once. But if I go home to see them once, it was not far, 4 hours. But that means I'll be quarantined for 2 weeks. Now, my father somehow arranged government special permissions, different districts. Every district needed different permissions. Got a car, pasted all information on the screen, hired a driver, sent him to fetch me. Now this car came, standing in front of the temple. And from Guru Maharaj's office, car is visible. And that day, seeing car means seeing like golden peacock. Nothing in the street. So Guru Maharaj said, whose car? So he asked, whose car is this? So one devotee said, Guru Maharaj Krishna Kishore's parents want him to go home, and therefore they sent this car. So Guru Maharaj called me. He said, as they are requesting you to go, you can go. But if you don't come in 2 weeks, now your father sent car, then I will send my car to bring you back. So you go, but come back in 2 weeks. So anyway, I went. I came back. In the meantime, ticket was done. Guru Maharaj scheduled to leave on 5th of June to America. So we drove, because there were no internal flights, no trains, nothing. So we drove from Ujjain and we came to Nasik. We stayed in Nasik one day. We traveled to Bombay. And in Bombay, we celebrated Sannyas anniversary of Guru Maharaj. On Snan Purnima, Prabhupada gave him Sannyas. So we celebrated that. And then one day, same day actually, he was looking out of the window in Bombay. That same night he traveled. He's looking out of the window towards a building. And he said, you know, this building at one point was the studio for Abhay Charan. And so many people cheated me. They would come as devotees. They would become very nice. And I would trust them. And they cheated me. But I have no regrets. Because whatever I have done, I have only done for Srila Prabhupada. And I am happy. He has sent some devotees to me who are helping me to serve Srila Prabhupada. I am happy. He was feeling so satisfied. In his voice, I could feel he has done whatever he has done. And then he traveled. That night, I gave a mask to Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, this mask. He said, keep in the bag. He didn't put it on. Keep in the bag. So I put in the bag. So finally he reached. We were driving back. We were near Ujjain. Guru Maharaj calls. He said, you know, I reached America. Here nobody is wearing mask. Everybody is going everywhere. No lockdown. I was so tied up in India. You know, now I can preach freely. And I hope you have seen that last video he was speaking in Ujjain. That Prabhupada never wanted us to be in Radha Kund and doing bhajan. We need to preach. And we are ready to go in hellish place like America. He was so excited to preach. He started preaching, doing programs, everything. And then he got fever. Now, as he got fever, he understood that he got corona. So he quarantined himself. And he told the devotee who was serving him, what if a Vaishnava leaves his body in America? Does it make any difference? Because Vaishnava's life is completely dependent on serving Krishna. No matter wherever he leaves his body. He realized that. And then he called me. I was in India. I couldn't travel. He called me and he said, you know, I took one loan from Juhu temple for some projects. It was around 20 lakhs. He said, can you arrange to repay it? I said, yes, Guru Maharaj. But it was so sudden, you know. He said, if I want to repay to somebody tomorrow, rather I would like to prefer to give it today. So just give it and settle it. I said, okay. And then Guru Maharaj also previously asked me, do my insurance. Now in a whole life, he never did insurance. Never. He traveled all over the world, never did insurance. He said, do my insurance. I said, okay. I gave 3 plans, Guru Maharaj, silver, gold, platinum. He said, take platinum, the most expensive one. I did the insurance. Then when he was in Ujjain, before leaving, he told us, wherever I am director or trustee or wherever, remove me. And he added new trustees everywhere. Like in cow ministry, he was director. He removed himself. He added me. Then there was Veda Foundation, different other trusts. He included local devotees, removed himself. He was preparing everything he was doing. And then 16th of June, we got news that he got corona. Now, all his life, he gave us 3 main instructions, which he got from Srila Prabhupada. First instruction he got from Srila Prabhupada was, no matter whatever happens, never leave Iskcon. He fulfilled it. Second instruction, your love for me will be shown how you cooperate within yourselves. He did it. Now third is, if you want to follow me, follow my authority line of structure of GBC. Now when he got corona, he reached hospital. He never wanted to be in hospital. Even in his lectures, he would tell that if I have some serious issue, don't put any injection. Don't take me to hospital. I want to live in temple and leave my body. But when he went to the hospital, they told, Maharaj, we have to admit you. And your oxygen level is so low, you have to take ventilator. And actually, when he was in Ujjain, he would ask me every afternoon, 4 o'clock, we would serve him fruits, and he would ask me to read some news. So I would tell him new corona cases, this, that. And he would always, every day he would ask me, how many on ventilators? I would tell. And then he said, such a horrible thing, nobody should use ventilator. So he was against it. He was against hospital, he was against allopathy. In his whole life, he didn't take even paracetamol. He never liked any injections. Never in hospitals. Never surgery. No surgery. Now, this day, he has to take a decision of his life, whether he will take ventilator or not. What he did, he didn't call a single disciple. He didn't call any friends. He called the GBC chairman. He said, my life belongs to Iskcon. Prabhupada told me follow GBC. Whatever GBC will decide, I'll do. And then they had discussion in GBC EC, told Maharaj, we are telling you, take ventilator. And following that last instruction, he took ventilator. So many times devotees ask, why he took, hospital, this, that. But he, while going also, he gave us a teaching that we should always follow the line of authority. It's Prabhupada's system. Now, prayer started all over the world. I've never seen such united endeavors, such united prayers for any devotee. Not that because he is my guru, but really, Krishna arranged in a way that everybody was at home. Nobody was going at work. And whole focus was on Maharaj. They were chanting, they were doing yagyas, they were doing prayers. There were prayers in different prominent temples of India. Badrinath, Jagannath Puri, Srirangam, many places. We were getting Ahobilam, all these videos, photos were coming. So much so that Ram Krishna Mission, who may not have same philosophy like us, they were having regular prayers for Maharaj's recovery. So much so that Ritviks, they were having in Bangalore temple, Ritvik temple, this big Nrsimha deity. They were having Abhishek of Lord Nrsimhadev for Maharaj's recovery. This is called Dhira Dhira Jana Jana Priya. Ajata Shatru, no enemy. Everybody came together praying for him. And at that point, we were having discussion. Not a very pleasant discussion. Some senior devotees, they were guiding us that if something happens, what you're supposed to do. So we asked a question to senior devotee, he was a sannyasi. We asked that, Maharaj, if our Guru Maharaj leaves, there's nobody there. We are praying for him. And he corrected, your Guru Maharaj is a devotee of Krishna. He's pure devotee of Krishna. He doesn't need your prayers. He is making all of you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and unifying whole Iskcon. Actually doesn't need anybody. He is pure devotee of Krishna, whom he needs. And then, finally, we got the news. 4th of July, 2020, Sanatan Goswami's disappearance day. He left this world. Now, in the meantime, one of our god sisters in Malaysia, she went to a Muslim astrologer. And she told her legal name. And she told that my father is very sick. He is in hospital. Can you tell when he will get well? Now this Muslim astrologer did some calculations and told, you are lying to me. Your name is not this. Your name is Sarvajaya Devidasi. And he is not your father. He is your guru. His name is Bhakti Charu Swami. And I calculated. He said he is not in pain. He's just waiting for right tithi to leave this world. And he left on the day of Guru Purnima. Sanatan Goswami's disappearance day. That was the thing. Another devotee from UK, Surdas, he got a dream. He got a dream and he saw in dream Mayapur, Guru Maharaj's room. Guru Maharaj came out and he asked, Surdas, can you give me a shawl? I am going somewhere. Surdas ran in dream he is seeing. He ran in, he fetched the shawl. In the meantime, he saw in balcony, a golden boy came, took hand of Guru Maharaj, took him away. And he ran, he got up, he ran down. He came down, he told his mama, Mama, I saw this dream. And then mama showed the message, Guru Maharaj already left this world. Krishna takes care of his devotees. These kind of devotees, they are example for us. He left on the battlefield, serving Srila Prabhupada. Examples for us. Finally, there were discussions, what we'll do of Samadhi. We were told, we can cremate, because Corona case, they will not give Vapu of Maharaj. So we'll cremate and then ashes you bring and do Samadhi. Our hearts were cracking. You can imagine what disciples are going through. They couldn't see him last darshan also. So finally, I don't know how it happened. One devotee from Atlanta, he approached the embassy. Somehow they contacted PM office in India and they got permission from hospital, Corona case, to release Maharaj Vapu. And then to get permission from American government to release, and then to get permission from Indian government to bring him in, and to get permission from West Bengal government to put him in Samadhi. Everything is unimaginable. Those who have some experience of relatives living in Corona, you know what people went through. Everything was arranged. It took 9 days. He left on 4th of July. It took 9 days to bring Guru Maharaj Vapu from US to Calcutta. When he arrived in Calcutta, Mamata Banerjee gave full VIP service to bring him to Mayapur. Finally, Mayapur he arrived. Now, previous to that, in GBC meetings, when he would come, we would have grand welcome. 400, 500 devotees welcoming him. And last time he came in 2020 February in Mayapur, he instructed devotees, don't do welcome kirtan for me when I come next time. You know why? Because I have so many godbrothers in Mayapur. And when you do a special treatment for me, how they will feel? You should not do any special kirtan when I come next time. And same thing happened. He came, nobody knew what time he's coming. Because they were fearful, if lot of devotees will come, it's not good in Corona time. One day before, when they were digging this holy pit for Samadhi, 4,000 devotees were in line to just dig one time that Samadhi area. But this day, nobody knew what time he's arriving. He came 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, took parikrama, ambulance took parikrama of Prabhupada's Samadhi. Jayapataka Swami Maharaj offered the Aarti, finally came to the Samadhi spot. Now, we were selected to give Samadhi. We were there and we were instructed, if you cry, we will remove you. So we were instructed that. Because this service, you have to be little strong. So okay, we were there. Guru Maharaj arrived. And we were having this fear, in what form we will see Guru Maharaj. 9 days, 18 days in hospital, on ventilator. 9 days after he left this world, we are getting his Vapu. You can imagine. Our hearts were sinking. Finally, when we brought Guru Maharaj's Vapu and we opened the thing, Guru Maharaj was effulgent like sun. If you saw that video, I don't know how many of you watched it. He was looking as if he is sleeping. After so many days in hospital, so many days. And then I was asked to, change his socks and clothes and things. When I took off his socks, his feet were soft as rose. Normal person dies, in few hours, their body becomes stiff. Pure devotees, doesn't happen. Took Guru Maharaj in the Samadhi. They planned in a way that they will give Samadhi in lying position. Because they were expecting that, we can't make him sit after 9 days. His body was so soft, we made him sit in Padmasana, he sat in Padmasana. It's miracle. Pure devotee, Krishna takes care. Finally, different Mahaprasad, clothes came, jewelry, deities, garlands, different soils from different holy places, everything came. And we were decorating it near Guru Maharaj. A devotee placed Radharani's chunri on Guru Maharaj. He was looking like a gopi. I don't know if these photos are available or not. But so beautiful, so beautiful. And then another devotee placed a saffron chadar on him. He was sitting, lotus position. And in Mayapur, if you see, there are so many samadhis. But this particular samadhi, he's facing towards Prabhupada's Pushpa Samadhi. And the day was 13th of July. The same day Prabhupada incorporated Iskcon. He chose that day to take Samadhi. Everything for Iskcon. Everything for Srila Prabhupada. He's sitting. Now we arranged, devotees putting salt, everything. And then they made announcement. No more devotees, down, come out. We were 6 of us. So he said, only 2 will stay there, everybody else come out. So I came out because my senior godbrothers were there. I came out. And then I remembered that I was chastised many times for not being around Guru Maharaj. Because one time when we were traveling, I thought, let senior devotees sit in the car, I will come later. And when we reached, Guru Maharaj chastised me. You are my secretary, you should be with me all the time, available. I don't have to search you, you have to be there. So I remembered that at that moment. I went in. And then Bhakti Prem Maharaj or somebody, some other Maharaj, Pritivardanam Maharaj, they told from the top. He said, Guru Maharaj's face is down. He is a lion, his face should be up. So I said, okay. Then they placed my hand in his lotus face and I lifted it. And as I lifted, there was a big smile on Guru Maharaj's face. He was back to Srila Prabhupada. He was back to his eternal pastimes, always serving him. So finally, the Samadhi ceremony was done and he left a legacy for all of us, how a disciple should be. As he remembered Srila Prabhupada, we should also make Prabhupada as our life and soul. Live in Iskcon, die in Iskcon. That should be our motto. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
We are very grateful to His Grace Krishna Kishore Prabhu coming us and giving the nectar of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj. We like to happily welcome again to Radha Madan Mohan Temple by loudly chanting once Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.